Hi, evening. About to do some more work on my ZX Spectrum Christmas game. If you've watched any of the previous streams, then this is sort of where we'd got to. We've got a little Father Christmas that collects presents and an enemy going backwards and forwards. One of the things that was a little bit not happy was with the speed of the animations of the player and the snowman. So I've been doing a little bit of research and I think I've found a way of slowing those down a bit, so that's what I'm going to be doing first of all tonight. Hey Nemitsa, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. So it's retro ZX Spectrum game dev I'm doing. So I think to slow this animation down, what I need to do is set a variable and change it, and then just play the animation on one of the frames. So I think if I put if a equals 2, let a equals 0, I'm just chilling, excited to see more. Well, it's only got to be a short stream, but I'm hoping to get this animation sorted and hopefully get the presents so you can just pick them up one at a time and you have to go to the sack to drop them and then go get the next ones. And then if I can get that basic mechanic working, I can move on to designing the levels a bit more and getting some different enemies in. Select A and then else add 1 to A. So I think that should do that, but I think in initialization I'll have to initially set that to 0. Indent them to keep them neat. Right, I think that'll work. And then in the player script, I think I then have to put in there, where does it play the animation? I presume I'll have to put it in each time it animates to just do it on one. If A equals 0. Hoping that's all I need to do. The same there. Let's see if that slowed down the animation at all. Yep, I think it has. So we'll do the same for the snowman. It should be more noticeable on the snowman. Where's the animate in here? The animate's just outside here, so maybe I can... Maybe I don't need to do it 4 times on the player. But these scripts are just being automatically set up by the program, so I presume it's got it 4 times in the player for some reason. Yeah, that's better. It's slowed that down. The animations are a lot slower now. So next I'm going to work on trying to start collecting presents one at a time. So currently when the player touches an object, if there is an object we get it. What I'm going to do is set up a couple more variables in the initialize. I'll just make a note of what they all are, or I'm going to forget what I'm using them for. So we'll use C for carry and P to keep count of the presents. Set that as 4 to begin with. I'm really just making this up as I go along because I've been using this software probably for about 5 or 6 days in total. But I've always wanted to make a game for the Spectrum, so I decided Christmas was as good a target as anything. So what we will do is check if the player is carrying anything. Well, isn't carrying. And we'll let C equals 1 then, so we shouldn't now be able to pick up 2 presents. At least that's the plan. Good selection of Christmas icons there, Nimitz. Yep, so we can just collect the 1 present at the moment. Shouldn't be able to connect to any of the others either. So now what I need to do is add the sack into the game. so that the player can drop off the presents. So we'll do this as a custom block. I always forget when I start, it starts off defaults to the spectrum with the more colours, but I'm just using the basic old spectrum. So we'll make this up out of 4 8x8 sprites. And this can be Santa's sack. I really do need to find a better selection of music because this is awful. X to create a new block. And then we'll add another block in for the top left of the sack. We'll make that a bit the brighter red. Very female orientated though. Yeah, I chose the Christmas playlist, but I suppose when you're too tight to pay for music, then you have to get what you're given. So what are you up to tonight, Nimitz? Anything exciting? Right, so if I set these now to be custom blocks, I should then be able to check for when the player collides with a custom block and allow him to collect another present. Right, so there we have the sack on the screen. So need to look at the documentation and work out how to do this. I think it's as simple as if custom let C equal 0 again, and if missed an F on the end, if. So we pick one present up, go back there, pick another up. Can we still not pick? Nope. I'll add some visualization at the bottom of the screen at some point to show whether you're carrying a present or not. And then at that point we need to go to the next level. So what I need to be doing is each time the player collects a present, we need to be deducting one from the P. Now, is there a subtract, or do you just do, like in a lot of code, P equals P minus 1? Let's have a look. Nope, there is a subtract. So and then what I want to do is if P equals 0 when we hit this custom, we want to go next level. I think it's that, all one word. So as I've not got a next level, I think it may crash, or whether it'll restart this one. I'm not sure how it works. I've obviously typed something incorrectly again. Oh, I forgot my end if. Not used to coding without something IntelliSense to tell me when I've done things wrong. Hiya Chu, how you doing? Happy birthday, mate. Hope you're having a good birthday. Just working on collecting the presents and making it so you can only collect them one at a time. So you can only get one. Go to the sack. Get a second. I'm hoping when I've got all 4 now, it's got to either crash or restart this level, because I'm making it go to the next one, but there isn't another level, so we'll be semi-AFK playing games, no problem. What are you on tonight? Wow. Anyway, what are you coming into a stream talking for? I didn't know thought you weren't allowed to talk in streams until you were asked to. Well, that's been pretty pain-free getting this working. I thought it was going to be a lot more complicated than that, a few little if statements. But I need to be careful with the amount of variables I use for things, because you're limited to about 22. There can only be single letters, and some I think are already used by the system, so you're limited to probably not more than about 22. What's Dunny got planned? Who knows? Maybe some fireworks when you come into chat. Right, I could. What do I need to do next? I could look at the display at the bottom adding the present, but to be honest, I've no idea at the minute where to start with that. So I think what we'll do is get some more graphics added into the game, because each level is going to have a different theme, and as was the case with the old Spectrum games, a lot of them sort of the rooms were named. So first room's going to be set outside, and it's going to be called It's Cold Outside. So the plan is to have a tree up this side of the screen with some branches going off sort of as platforms, and just a few either ice platforms like this or maybe cloudy looking platforms. So there'll be probably 2 or 3 enemies on each screen that you have to avoid and get back to with all your presents. So I think we'll start doing some blocks for the tree. Let's get rid of those for now. Don't jinx it by saying pain-free. No, there's not a lot of complexity to the coding in this. It does seem to all just be if statements and things, which, as a Chu knows, I love a loop, so right, so we need to go to blocks. Probably going to have to do the tree red. It's as close to wood as you get in the Spectrum palette. So we do the tree, I think. Probably going to make it 4 blocks wide, because then I'll use the middle 2 blocks as a ladder. So you can climb up to the higher parts of the tree. Trying to do a bit of shading on it, because if you don't know the ZX Spectrum, you've only allowed 2 colours in any 8x8 block on screen. So on this obviously I've got the red and then the black background, so that's all I can use. Got this little preview down here that I'm trying to sort of make them look a little bit like a tree as best I can. I've got to make this side of the tree slightly dark. I'm going to use the darker red on this side. We'll do this similar to the other side. Hey Dunny, how you doing? It's good to see my alerts are still working. You're the first person that's come into chat that I've got on the list, so... nope, it's not finished yet. I'll show you where I'm up to. I'm totally doing it on stream. I'm not doing, apart from a bit of research, I'm not doing any of it off stream. Let's just save where I'm up to. So this is running in a Spectrum emulator. So I've got a little Santa, he can collect a present, goes pops it in the sack. Can only collect 1 present at a time. I think it wraps round, that's quicker. And then once you've got all the presents, at the minute it goes back to the menu because I've only sort of started working on the 1 level. So that's where we're at the minute. I'm just starting to try and add a tree in. Obviously the limitations of the spectrum. Not sure whether you were here when... Hang on, Santa's stealing presents. No, Santa's collecting the presents that the naughty elves have chucked about. So he's a good Santa. But yeah, with the spectrum you could only have one ink colour and one background colour in any 8x8 sprite, which is why I don't know that you probably noticed when I was playing the game. You get the famous colour clash that you used to get on the spectrum, where the player sort of takes the colour of the background. So next, these are called blocks, and you can give them different behaviours, a bit like in modern game engines. And then you go to the screen editor, I think it is, yep, and there you can then use these blocks to create your level. So there we have a very simple tree. I'll draw some different blocks, and then to make different maps you can then add as many versions of you want of your different screens you make on, and you can either connect them or travel to different ones in code. So we'll do some more slightly different blocks for this tree. There is a way to copy it. So I'll copy that one, paste that in there. Make them slightly different. And I shall copy that one. You streaming tonight, don't I? Nope, not tonight. I'm just doing a short stream. It'll probably be about an hour in total, and then I'll go research some more stuff of how to do in this engine. Right, save that. Fell asleep for 3 hours after work. This'll be your first full week, isn't it? Back full time, so is it taking it out of you? Apparently so. Kids today just can't keep the pace. I think I need to move where those presents are because they don't look very good there. What I'll do is just use these blocks that I've already got just to map out how I actually want the level to be. So I think we'll have a ladder next to the tree. And these will be like branches coming out from the tree. And then over here there'll be some other platforms that'll probably be clouds or something when I get around to drawing the actual art for them. So let's see if I can actually get around all of this level, because I'm not sure how high I can jump, how many blocks. I think I need to make this tree solid so that I can't run over it because it looks awful when you do. And I think the ladders could do with probably being more minimalistic so that they don't affect the player as much. The joys of working with a nearly 40-year-old computer. So I can't jump to that platform up there. So that needs to be a bit lower. Not very impressed with how the ladder behaviour works that comes with it, because you have to be dead centre of the ladder for it to move up. I'm sure I must be doing something wrong with it. So I'll reposition these presents. Pop one up there. One there. Right, let's see if we can play this level in full and get all the presents. I need to move one over here. Well, there's no point having that platform if you're never going to go all the way over there. And I'm planning on adding some music into this game, so I'm going to put, so the Spectrum pretty much just creates beeps. So I've got some really basic music for like some Christmas tunes, so I'm planning on having a little Christmas bit music tune going on in the background. Maybe Jingle Bells or something like that. So we can get everything on there. I've got to move the green present over there though, because I think it'll work better. Let's have a look at changing this ladder slightly. Can't go wrong with a bit of Jingle Bells. No, and it seemed quite simple. Just, it was some website that had just the notes and it had a little keyboard on that you just literally played one note at a time, and it sounded roughly like it, so that's as far as my musical talents will go. No, that looks a bit better. I'm wondering whether to make the ladder white, just so it has even less effect on the player with him being on it all the time. Yep, I think I'll stick with the white. Just noticing the player going up and down. I've not actually drawn an animation for the ladder since I changed the sprite. That's why he goes from having a black hat to a white hat when he's walking about. Maybe I'll do that now. Load a sprite and get the, I've been designing the animations for the player in a sprite as opposed to in this engine. So here he is. That out of there. Right, so we'll draw the player from behind. This isn't for jam or anything, right? Just a nice Christmas project. Yeah, that's all it is. Been wanting to use this engine, and I've talked about it for quite a few years, and I've always wanted to make a game for the Spectrum. So I just thought a nice little Christmas themed game. I've got a hard deadline where when it gets Christmas, that's it, I'll stop. So I thought, why not? And I'm making it sort of single screen game, so however many screens I get done, I've still got a full game, even if I only do 2 or 3 screens. I could maybe add to it each Christmas. So if he's from behind, I don't need the shape of his beard anymore. Could probably get away with just having him more symmetrical. Maybe move his hat over slightly. Probably just have a line to sort of indicate the back of his neck. Nope, that looks like a smile. And let's copy that. Right, so now if we bring his arm up one there and that leg up. Probably get away with 2 frames. Get rid of that. Move that up one. There, looks like he's climbing a ladder. I think that'll do for the quality graphics that we need for the game. Maybe move that out slightly as well, each frame. Gives it a little bit more character, the hat bobbing up and down. Right, so now it's a case of copying those pixel by pixel into AGD. So sprites. So 6 across, 2, 4, 6. That's how difficult it is to copy pixel by pixel just from a little reference. Shame they're in flood fill as well, having to draw every single pixel one by one. Right, so let's have a look at shortcut keys for adding another frame. I to insert. I think I've already probably got one. Yep. So I just need to add his bobble on his hat in. This one, it should be a bit lower down. And there we have the animation for the ladder climb added in. Let's check what that looks like. Let's check that I'd slowed the animation down for the climbing as well. Just neaten these up. I don't know why they've got. That's no effect, but it makes it easier to read if you keep it neat and tidy. So let's have a look at this in game. Hi Sticks, how are you doing? Yeah, we've made quite a bit of progress really. We've got Santa running about. That's going to be a tree over there, and then you won't be able to walk behind it because it looks a real mess. But you can collect presents. You can only collect one at a time. Won't allow me to collect any others now. Take them back down to this sack. The snowman doesn't actually kill you at the minute. I'm just avoiding it out of habit of playing games. you can get to all these different platforms. I've just mocked it up at the minute. These are going to be like clouds on the left hand side, and these over here have got to be branches coming off the tree. And there's got to be some more enemies on these, probably some going up and down the screen. The ladder climbing's really buggy. And then when you put your last present in at the minute, it just goes back to the menu, because that's all I've done. Bobby says that's quite cool. Well, Bobby knows what he's talking about then, doesn't he? We'll have to get him a Spectrum. So yeah, that's where we're up to at the minute. I think that's probably about all I'm going to do tonight, because I've been sort of trying to learn different stuff with the engine, but I'm sort of making it up as I go along, a lot of it. And the next bits I need to do are, when you collect the present, I want it to be shown at the bottom that you're carrying a present, because at the minute you've no idea. So I need to work out how to do that. I'm not sure whether I'm going to have to change the fonts and do that, or whether to position blocks down there. I'm not sure how to actually do it. So I think for tonight that's going to be it. So I know you've only just joined, Sticks, and thank you for popping in, but I think I'm going to have a look for somebody to raid. Anybody got any suggestions? There's not really anybody that I normally watch on at the minute. So maybe I'll just find a random stream. Let's have a look. Gamer Fiend's on. Oh yeah, right, I'll give him a raid. So yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by, and I'll probably stream maybe another couple of evenings this week, both nights this weekend. Just short streams just to make a little bit of progress each night. Cheers to, and enjoy the rest of your birthday. Cheers, Dunnikin. See you later.
Difference at all. What if I go down to fucking 480? Hold on. Right, so that's lost a bit of detail. Hey,